In a world where the demands of work and personal life seem to compete for every minute of your time, finding a healthy balance can seem like an impossible challenge. But what if I told you that balance is not only achievable but essential for your long-term well-being and success? Often, we are led to believe that we must choose between a successful career and a fulfilling personal life, but this is a false dichotomy. With the right strategies, it is possible to harmonize these two areas in a way that they complement and strengthen each other. In this guide, you will discover how to set priorities, establish boundaries, and adopt practices that allow you to live a balanced and fulfilling life where work and personal life coexist in harmony. Are you ready to transform the way you live and work? Let's begin this journey together. Balancing work and personal life begins with defining clear priorities in both areas. Often, people feel overwhelmed because they try to handle everything without a real sense of what's most important. The key to finding this balance is recognizing that you can't do everything at once, and that's okay. It's essential to determine which aspects are most critical in your professional and personal life and focus on them. For example, at work, it might be important to prioritize projects that have the most impact on your career, while in your personal life, quality time with family may be your top priority. Additionally, setting priorities involves understanding that these priorities can change over time. What is crucial today may not be as important a few months from now, and balance requires the flexibility to adjust your focus as needed. A good example is when you're approaching an important deadline at work. You may need to dedicate more time and energy to work during that period. However, when that project is completed, it's essential to rebalance by dedicating more time to personal life to compensate. This flow between areas, with the ability to adapt, is what maintains a healthy balance. Finally, communicating these priorities to those who matter in your life is essential to ensure that everyone is on the same page. This includes coworkers, bosses, and of course, your family. When everyone understands your priorities, it's easier to establish healthy boundaries and receive the support necessary to maintain this balance. For example, if you communicate to your boss that you need to leave on time to spend time with your family, this establishes a clear understanding that, while work is important, it should not interfere with your personal time. Defining and communicating your priorities is the first step toward creating a healthy balance between personal and professional life. Have you already defined your priorities in both your professional and personal life? In the next step, we'll explore how to create effective boundaries to protect these priorities. But first, reflect. What is truly important to you in both areas of your life? Establishing effective boundaries between work and personal life is fundamental to maintaining a healthy balance. Without clear boundaries, it's easy to let work invade the time that should be dedicated to rest, family, or hobbies. The first step in creating these boundaries is to define specific hours for work and rest, respecting them as much as possible. This might mean turning off work email notifications after a certain time or avoiding bringing office tasks home. By creating these schedules, you ensure that both areas of your life receive the attention they deserve, preventing burnout. In addition to setting schedules, it's also important to establish physical and mental boundaries. If you work from home, for example, having a dedicated workspace separate from living areas helps create a clear barrier between work time and personal time. On the mental side, learning to switch off from work at the end of the day is equally important. This can be done through transition rituals, such as a walk after work, meditation, or even a hobby that allows your mind to shift from professional to personal mode. These rituals help signal to your brain that it's time to relax and focus on other areas of life. Communication also plays a crucial role in establishing effective boundaries. Make sure your colleagues and supervisors know when you are available and when you are not. This not only helps prevent interruptions outside of work hours, but also demonstrates that you value both your personal and professional life. Similarly, communicating these boundaries to your family and friends is important so they understand and respect your work time. Establishing these boundaries with clarity and consistency is what allows you to protect your time and energy, maintaining a healthy balance between the two spheres. Have you managed to establish effective boundaries between your personal and professional life? In the next step, we'll discuss the importance of practicing self-care to maintain this balance in the long term. But first, reflect. What boundaries can you establish to better protect your priorities and maintain balance? Self-care is one of the fundamental pillars for maintaining balance between professional and personal life. When you take care of yourself, you ensure that you have the energy and mental clarity needed to face challenges both at work and in your personal life. Self-care can take many forms, from simple practices like getting enough sleep and maintaining a healthy diet to more intentional activities like meditation, regular physical exercise, and leisure time. These practices are not luxuries but necessities to maintain a healthy body and mind, which are essential to sustaining balance in all areas of life. Additionally, self-care also involves stress management. Chronic stress is one of the main factors that can throw your life off balance, affecting your health, relationships, and work performance. Practices such as mindfulness, yoga, and breathing techniques are effective for reducing stress and helping maintain calm amid daily pressures. Incorporating moments of pause and rest throughout the day is also crucial. These moments allow you to recharge and return to your activities with renewed perspective and greater productivity. When you commit to self-care, you are investing in your ability to maintain balance in the long term. Finally, self-care also includes paying attention to your emotional needs. This might mean setting aside time for hobbies you love, spending time with people who make you feel good, or simply taking time to be alone and reflect. Connecting with yourself is as important as the connections you make with others. When you are emotionally balanced, it's easier to make decisions, face challenges, and maintain a positive outlook, even on the most difficult days. Self-care, therefore, is not just about avoiding burnout. It's about creating a solid foundation for a balanced and fulfilling life. Have you been practicing self-care consistently? In the next step, we'll explore how organization can help maintain this balance in your daily life. But first, reflect. How can you incorporate more self-care practices into your routine to sustain the balance between personal and professional life? Organization is a powerful tool for maintaining balance between professional and personal life. When you're organized, it's easier to manage time, fulfill your responsibilities, and still have space for leisure and rest. One of the first steps to improving organization is creating a system that works for you, whether through a physical planner, a digital app, or a combination of both. The important thing is to have a clear method to track your tasks, deadlines, and commitments, both personal and professional. This allows you to visualize your day, week, or month in advance and plan more efficiently. In addition to organizing your tasks, physical space organization is also crucial. An organized workspace promotes productivity and reduces stress, while a tidy home contributes to a sense of calm and well-being. Regularly set aside time to keep your spaces organized, whether it's your office, your home, or even your car. Organization doesn't have to be complicated. Small daily actions, like tidying up your desk before starting work or taking a few minutes at the end of the day to put items back in their places, can make a big difference. These simple practices help maintain mental clarity and focus, essential for sustaining balance. Another important aspect of organization is prioritization. Not all tasks have the same weight or urgency, and knowing how to identify what really matters is key to maintaining balance. Use tools like to-do lists, prioritization techniques, such as the Eisenhower matrix, and schedules to ensure you are investing your time in activities that most contribute to your goals and well-being. This not only improves your efficiency but also reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed because you know you are focusing on the right things. When you are organized, you can navigate life's demands more easily, maintaining a healthy balance between your responsibilities and your personal time. Have you implemented effective organization systems in your life? In the next step, we'll discuss how open communication can strengthen this balance, especially in personal and professional relationships. But first, reflect. How can organization help you better balance your daily responsibilities? Open communication is fundamental to maintaining balance between professional and personal life, especially when it comes to managing expectations and setting boundaries. In the workplace, being clear about your needs and boundaries can prevent misunderstandings and overload. This means communicating assertively with your colleagues and supervisors, making it clear when you are available and when you need time for your personal responsibilities. For example, if you need to leave on time to be with your family, communicating this clearly and in advance helps create mutual understanding and avoid conflicts. In the personal realm, open communication is equally crucial. Sharing your goals, challenges, and needs with your partner, friends, or family ensures that they understand what is important to you and how they can support your work-life balance. This includes expressing when you need time for yourself, or when you need help with household or family tasks. An open and honest dialogue strengthens relationships and creates a supportive environment where everyone is aware of each other's priorities and limitations. Additionally, open communication also involves the ability to listen and be present for others. This not only improves personal relationships, but can also enrich your work environment. When everyone feels heard and respected, collaboration becomes more effective, and the environment becomes more harmonious. In the context of work-life balance, this means creating a space where concerns and needs can be discussed without judgment, allowing for adjustments and solutions that benefit everyone. Strengthening balance through open communication is not just about speaking, but also about listening and responding empathetically and constructively. Have you been practicing open communication to maintain balance in your life? In the next step, we'll explore how to adapt work-life balance to the inevitable changes that arise over time. But first, reflect. How can open communication improve the balance in your personal and professional relationships? Work-life balance is not static. It needs to be adapted over time as new circumstances and challenges arise. Changes in your career, family, or other aspects of life may require a reevaluation of how you divide your time and energy. For example, a promotion at work may bring new responsibilities that demand more attention, while the arrival of a child may redefine your personal priorities. The key to maintaining balance in these situations is flexibility. Being willing to adjust your routine and expectations according to new realities is essential for sustaining a healthy balance. Moreover, it's important to recognize that different phases of life require different approaches to balance. What worked for you at one point may not be effective at another. For example, when you're young and without major family responsibilities, it may be easier to dedicate more time to work. However, as personal life becomes more complex, with a growing family or other obligations, adjustments are needed to ensure that all areas of life are satisfactorily addressed. Adapting to these changes without resisting them is fundamental to maintaining long-term balance. Adaptation also involves the periodic review of your goals and priorities. As you grow and evolve, your goals and values may change, and your concept of balance should change along with them. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your goals, whether at the beginning of each year, quarter, or whenever you feel the need, allows you to maintain control over the direction of your life, both personally and professionally. This practice of self-evaluation ensures that you continue living in alignment with your values and aspirations, even as circumstances change. Have you considered how balance in your life might need to be adapted over time? In the next step, we'll discuss the importance of celebrating achievements in both personal and professional life as a way to strengthen this balance. But first, reflect. How can you be more flexible and adaptable in adjusting balance at different phases of your life? Celebrating achievements is an essential part of maintaining balance between professional and personal life. Often, we're so focused on reaching the next goal that we forget to acknowledge and celebrate what has already been accomplished. This lack of recognition can lead to burnout and the feeling that it's never enough. On the contrary, when you celebrate your victories, whether big or small, you reinforce motivation and create a positive cycle of progress. At work, this might mean celebrating the completion of an important project, while in personal life, it could be celebrating a birthday, achieving a health goal, or even simply spending more time with family. Moreover, celebrating achievements in both areas of life helps create a sense of balance and fulfillment. When you allow yourself to recognize your efforts and successes in both work and personal life, you validate the importance of both spheres. This not only increases overall satisfaction, but also reinforces the commitment to balance between the two. For example, after reaching an important goal at work, take time to celebrate with activities you love outside of work, such as a short trip, a special meal, or an afternoon off to relax. These celebrations help integrate the professional and personal aspects of your life, showing that both are equally valuable. In addition to personal celebrations, it's also important to share your achievements with others. Sharing successes with colleagues, friends, and family strengthens bonds and creates an environment of support and encouragement. This can be done through small celebrations at work, such as a team lunch after completing a project, or at home, celebrating personal and professional milestones with family. These collective celebrations not only promote joy and mutual recognition, but also reinforce the sense of community and belonging, fundamental elements for healthy and sustainable balance. Have you been celebrating your achievements regularly? In the next step, we'll explore how to create a continuous plan to maintain balance in the long term. But first, reflect. How can you integrate more celebrations into your life to reinforce the balance between your personal and professional achievements? Maintaining balance between professional and personal life in the long term requires a continuous and adaptable plan. This plan should be viewed as a journey, not a final destination. To begin, it's important to set clear goals for both areas and review these goals regularly. This periodic review allows you to adjust your plan as your priorities and circumstances change. For example, as you advance in your career or go through changes in your personal life, your balance needs may evolve, and the plan must be flexible enough to accommodate these changes. One of the pillars of a continuous plan is the regular practice of self-assessment. Take time each month or quarter to reflect on how you're managing your responsibilities and whether you're maintaining the desired balance. Ask yourself, am I dedicating enough time to what really matters to me? And are there areas where I need to adjust my focus or energy? This practice of reflection helps identify potential imbalances before they become problematic and allows you to make the necessary adjustments proactively. Additionally, a continuous plan should include strategies for self-care, communication, and celebration, as discussed in the previous topics. These practices not only maintain balance in the short term, but also ensure that you have the emotional and physical resources needed to sustain this balance over the years. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you create a solid foundation that supports both your personal and professional growth. Remember, maintaining balance is a continuous and intentional practice that requires dedication and regular adjustments. Finally, it's essential to keep a long-term vision and be kind to yourself along the journey. There will be times when balance seems harder to achieve, and that's okay. The important thing is to stay committed to your values and goals and be willing to make changes when necessary. By creating and following a continuous plan, you prepare yourself to handle the ups and downs of life in a more balanced and resilient way, ensuring that both areas, professional and personal, thrive. Are you ready to create and follow a continuous plan to maintain balance in your life? With this, we conclude our journey on how to balance professional and personal life healthily. But before we finish, reflect. What steps can you take today to start building this lasting balance? Maintaining a healthy balance between professional and personal life is not just a goal. It's a continuous commitment to your well-being and the quality of your relationships and achievements. Now that you've learned how to set priorities, establish boundaries, and incorporate self-care and organizational practices, what will you do to start implementing these strategies in your life? Remember, balance is not something you achieve once and for all, but rather a journey of continuous adjustments and reflections. Celebrate your achievements, adapt to changes, and, above all, be kind to yourself during the process. To continue learning how to improve your life and find more balance, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Together, let's build a more harmonious and satisfying life where success at work and personal happiness go hand in hand.